A very good afternoon. You are watching Lunchtime News on TV1. I'm Michaela Fernando. Before we head into more news in detail, here's a look at headlines.
Police take steps to disperse protesters in Puttalam against Aruwakkalu sanitary landfill site. A body of a person found in Monoragala inside a burned-down cab. Opposition leader of Beliata PS, who was receiving treatment for gunshot wounds, succumbs to his injuries.
In your top story, police have taken steps to disperse protesters in Puttalam against the Aruwakkalu sanitary landfill site. The residents have requested the authorities to not dump garbage from Colombo in the area. A project has commenced to dump garbage gathered from Colombo to Aruwakkalu. The area residents have been protesting against this project over a long period of time. Moving on to more local news, a debate was held in Parliament on the recent announcement to invest EPF funds in the stock market.
The whole working population of the country are devastated after the Prime Minister announced that EPF funds will be invested in the stock market. In 2017, a profit of 2,993.6 million was gained by investing in stocks of companies that have capital profits and dividends, and when comparing the profit of 4,714 million in 2016, there is a decrease of 36.5%. In 2014, the stock damage was 1,502 million, and when that is compared to 2016, it is a reduction of 71.3%. Speaker, as you're aware, when you invest in the stock market, there are instances where you can gain profits. In some years, you incur losses. So the profits are gained when the prices of those stocks increases. There is a benefit if the stock market is performing well in the country. We have one that doesn't perform well. It crashed in 2015, 16 and 2017. The investors have taken back the money they invested to their own countries after the central bank bond scam. We hope that you will listen to the request of the working people who asked that not to invest this money in a market that has lost its confidence.
Today is World Water Day. The theme for World Water Day 2019 is Leaving No One Behind, an adaptation of the central promise of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which aims to allow all people in all countries to benefit from socio-economic development and to achieve the full realization of human rights. Today, billions of people are living without safe water. Their households, schools, workplaces, farms and factories are struggling to survive and thrive. Marginalized groups, women, children, refugees, indigenous people, disabled people and many others are often overlooked and sometimes face discrimination as they try to access and manage the safe water they need. According to UN statistics, 700 million people worldwide could be displaced by intense water scarcity by 2030. The United Nations World Water Development Report, Leaving No One Behind, launched on 19th of March 2019 during the 40th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council and in conjunction to the World Water Day, demonstrates how improvements in water resource management and access to water supply and sanitation services are essential to addressing various social and economic inequities such that no one is left behind when it comes to enjoying the multiple benefits and opportunities that water provides. Safe drinking water and sanitation are recognized as basic human rights as they are indispensable to sustaining healthy livelihoods and fundamental in maintaining the dignity of all human beings. International human rights law obliges states to work towards achieving universal access to water and sanitation for all without discrimination, while prioritizing those most in need. Fulfillment of the human rights to water and sanitation requires that the services be available, physically accessible, equitably affordable, safe and culturally acceptable. The Federation of the Information Technology Industry of Sri Lanka, or the FITIS, have addressed a letter to the Minister of Finance, Mangala Samaravira, regarding the imposing of NBT of 3.5% for offshore digital services. The FITIS in their letter to the Finance Minister says, quote, within 1 month of this proposal, both the ICT industry and the country will be affected, unquote. They add that majority of the ICT industry consists of SMEs who use digital services for their business operations. They allege that 3.5% NBT would seriously impact their businesses. They urge the Minister of Finance to take the above points into consideration and that the 3.5% nation building tax be removed completely from foreign payments using credit and debit cards, which will be an encouragement towards transforming the economy towards a digital platform. Still in local news, an individual has been admitted to the hospital after he was assaulted by a woman in Ahaliyagoda, Ratnapura.
The individual was assaulted by a woman and her son who were engaged in the narcotics business. The injured had organized an awareness session in the area relating to narcotics. The injured was admitted to Ahaliyagoda Base Hospital and was transferred to Ratnapura Teaching Hospital for further treatment. Area residents protested against this act and have marched towards the area police station. Please resolve this problem. This lady has been engaging in the moonshine business for the past 6 years. Students can't study. When she comes, she asks us to move away from the road. The woman and her son were arrested by the Ahaliyagoda police.
In some tragic local news, a dead body was discovered inside a burnt cab in close proximity of the Suduvatura road in Horumbua in Monaragala today. The victim is a 50-year-old resident of Monaragala. Police said the victim had left his house on the 21st of this month in his cab following a dispute with his wife. Further investigations into the incident are currently underway. The opposition leader of the Beliyatta Pradesha Sabha, Kapila Amarakon, who was receiving treatment after being shot recently, has succumbed to his injuries. According to police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara, the Pradesha Sabha member had passed away while receiving treatment for his injuries at the Karapitiya hospital. Kapila Priyadarshana, the opposition leader of the Beliyatta Pradesha Sabha, was shot on the 20th of this month at his residence in Beliyatta. President Maithripala attending an event in Aralaganvilla said the development of the country's physical resources as well as the spiritual development is of utmost importance.
The two-story monastery at the Aralaganvilla Vidimina Pirivena, which was constructed under the Pibidamu Pulanara program, was declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena. In an era where a community decline is experienced with the new economic patterns and foreign culture, the development of the country's physical resources as well as spiritual development is utmost importance. It is based on this need for spiritual development, the Tripitaka Abhivandana Week is announced to inform the general public about the great Tripitaka. That is why we will present the Tripitaka to be made a World Heritage to the UNESCO on the 23rd. Meanwhile, the new Agriculture Service Centre in Aralaganvilla was also declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena. The water project, constructed at a cost of 139 million rupees in Aralaganvilla, was also vested with the public.
In more local news, opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksha expressed these views about the progress of yesterday's discussion between the SLFP and the SLPP. The opposition leader was speaking at an event held in Yatiyantota.
I was not there for the discussion, but I saw that they have successfully held discussions. But it is not over. There will be further talks. No, the Mahinda Chintanaya is renewed every time.
UPFA parliamentarian Shandiba Veerakkodi expressed these views.
No, the expectation of the people of the country is that the SLPP and SLFP together topple this government and create a people-friendly government. Anyone trying to prevent this from taking place are people who are against the general public. The discussion should be successful.
And that is a wrap of lunchtime news. For all these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. Have a good day.